There are many hybrids of humans and gods in this world. One of them was Percy, who at a young age could see the magical world hidden under the mist. But every time he told his teachers and classmates, he was always laughed at. Since then, he's kept these things to himself and just drew what he saw, until he met Grover at school, who had the same problem, and they became fast friends. That day, the school took them on a tour of the Museum of the Gods. Looking at the statues in front of him, Percy remembered when he was a kid and came to the museum with his mom. Mom told Percy he was named after Perseus, the son of Zeus. In a trance, Percy really thought it was his mother calling out to him. Once again, Percy was teased by his classmates and Mr. Dawes, the teacher, told Percy to keep his voice down. When Percy tried to retort, he was teased again by the girls. The professor, unable to stand it, told the girl to shut up and came over to Percy to comfort him. The professor gave Percy a pen and told him how powerful it was and left. After the museum, he met Grover for lunch. Grover had been bullied a lot at school, and when he was bullied, Grover always took it in stride. But this time, Percy couldn't stand it and tried to push Anna down, but he didn't realize he'd pushed her into the fountain. At that moment, the pen suddenly began to vibrate violently, followed by a sound. It sounded like Mr. Dawes, but her mouth didn't open. Dawes walked towards him and turned into a bat as she walked. She kept asking Percy where it was and swooped down on him. It scared Percy so much that he fell to the ground. Dawes fell on top of Percy and in the next moment the pen turned into a sword and pierced Dawes, instantly reducing him to ashes. This is a centaur named Chiron. He's the keeper of the sanctuary. The gods often have sex with humans and give birth to demigods. At a certain age, these children are brought to the sanctuary. This is a magical place created by the gods to house the children. It's impossible for humans to see or enter, and it keeps out demons. Percy was brought here by his patron saint, the Goat Man. He had no idea that his former teacher Bruno was a Chiron. Bruno led him to his home in the woods. There were many houses built by different gods. The children who were claimed by the gods were placed in their own houses. The house of the god of travel, Worms, was the most special. His house housed not only his own 2 children, but also those who had not yet been claimed. And Percy is also unclaimed, so Bruno has placed him here temporarily. Percy seems to have become a celebrity in the Holy Land because he killed a minotaur last night. On the other hand, the Goat Man comes to the council to deliver his message. He has safely brought Percy to the Holy Land, but at the council, he was shocked by the news and went to Bruno in the night. The council mentioned that Percy's mother had been attacked by the Minotaur and turned to ash. And that's not the way humans are supposed to die. A human being attacked by a Minotaur should be crushed like a banana and burst into flames. And Hades, the king of the underworld, can intervene before a person dies. So it's assumed that Percy's mom is still alive and was taken by Hades. However, Bruno is not surprised to hear this news. He already knew. Bruno told the Goat Man not to tell Percy so as not to cause any unnecessary trouble. That night, Percy had another dream about Hades, but he didn't know it. The boy was held down by his classmates to drink the toilet water and just pressed his head and the toilet water disappeared. Suddenly, 3 jets of water come out of the toilet and send the 3 of them flying, making a mess in the restroom. However, Annabeth sees this and is Luke's sister, Hormus' daughter. Annabeth has been watching Percy ever since he arrived. Annabeth wanted to make sure Percy could help her win the Capture the Flag. A few days later, the Capture the Flag tournament began. The tournament was divided into 2 sides, and the winner was the one who captured the pieces in the other side's hand. You can use your own magic items during the game. Percy's magic item is a pen that turns into a sword. Percy and Luke are on the blue team. When the game started, the rest of the team, led by Luke, guarded their pieces, but Annabeth took Percy halfway up the mountain. Annabeth told him to wait here, and then she took her magic hat and stealthily went elsewhere. The rest of the blue team was fighting the red team, except Percy, who was bored in playing in place. Just then Anna from the red team came to Percy with a group of men who wanted to avenge what happened in the restroom last time. Percy thought they were just playing around, but he realized that Anna's strikes were always fatal. Percy had to fight and retreat all the way to the lake. For some reason, Percy suddenly became a very good fighter, and even Anna, the daughter of Ares, the god of war, was no match for him, until Posey broke Anna's magic weapon. Anna was furious and grabbed Posey's collar. Just then, the blue team arrived at the lake with the red team's flag. It seemed the blue team had won. It was all Annabeth's plan. She purposely let Percy distract Anna in order to weaken the red team so that they could easily get the flag and win. Anna looked at Percy's face and suddenly pushed him into the lake behind her.